Hey guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives, back for a CD vinyl update. Before we get rolling here, I just wanted to let you know kind of what I got planned for the next couple weeks. I'm going to do a video here, I think this weekend, or maybe break it into 2 videos. I'm not sure, but I have some things. I went through my collection, my CD collection, and I probably picked out a little over 50 CDs that I'm going to sell at a great deal for sure. You'll be responsible for the shipping, but there's going to be some good ones in there. No, I'm not going crazy or anything like that, but I'm going to start to be a little bit more selective. I have doubled up on some things that, maybe I've purchased on vinyl that I don't need both CD and vinyl. I got some things that I just don't listen to. Not that they're bad. Well, some are shit, but anyways, but you know what? Most are not bad, but it just boils down to I just don't have the time to invest in everything, put it that way. And I'll explain as I go when I'm, holding up each CD and saying, this is this and this is for sale. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. Another thing I'm going to start working on is ranking videos that I've done where the band has a new album that's been out for a while now. I'm going to start to update some of those ranking videos, and then we'll just take the old one down. And I was asked if I would show, and now that I have the brand new Kreator album here, I will show, or have been asked to show my Kreator vinyl collection. So I'll do that just kind of in a separate video, just hold each album up in order that it came out, including some live stuff and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that, and just your typical whatever else I can squeeze in. It's summer here in Canada where I am, and a lot of places in the world it's the summer, and get a little bit busier in the summer, maybe take a couple days off and go to the lake, relax, things like that. But anyways, let's show you what I have today. And I already had mentioned this already. This is probably the closest I get to getting a new release, as close to the actual release day. So this is 5 days, but this arrived yesterday. I've listened to this album, I bet you no less than 20 times. This is the brand new 15 studio album by Kreator called Hate Uber Alice. I'm sure if you're a thrash fan, or you're, you've tuned into my channel, I'm a huge fan of these guys. And this is on released by Nuclear Blast, and it's on a unique trifold. So it really shows off the artwork once you open this. There's a picture of the band in the middle section. It's not super thick. I wouldn't say it's flimsy, but it's very well done. But here is a picture of basically the whole artwork piece. So let me hold that up for you, and that. So that makes this whole piece of artwork here by, what's the artist name? Elran Cantor. You know what? I can't say I love this album cover. Definitely don't hate it, but what I'm finding with this certain artist, who does a good job overall, but for me, there's not enough, definition, in the artwork itself. And I'm not whining or complaining, but I've seen a lot of covers by this artist lately, and it's almost samey in a way, but not bad. So don't get me wrong on that. Definitely a cool album cover. As far as the album goes, this one's got its fair share of mixed reviews. Initially, when I listened to the lead-off track, Hate Uber Alice, which Kreator is always got a real scorcher for a title track. Whether it's Violent Revolution or Enemy of God or Hordes of Chaos, things like that, or older albums, the title track is always awesome. And I thought when it first came out a few months ago, I thought it was awesome. The second one, what came out second, was Strongest of the Strong. I thought that was kind of a real rally, a real wave your fist in the air type of metal song. I liked it. Midnight Sun, a little bit different. But I think, I don't want to spend too much time talking about this, but what I'm finding right now is, I think coming into an album, at times I wish it was like the old days. I almost know too much about this album, and I thought, you know what, I don't know if this is going to be great or not. But when I started listening to it in the whole context of the album, start to finish, top to bottom, like I said, about 20 times, honestly, for me, everything fell into place. I think this album's fantastic. It's not groundbreaking. It's, I would say, a little less melodic than Gods of Violence, which was a fantastic album from 2017. So longest gap in their career, 5 years. But I don't know. I really like this album. Give me your thoughts on it. You know, are you kind of in the middle? Is it just not for you anymore? But it grew on me fast. I also picked it up on, let me show you the vinyl actually too. So there's that hype sticker, trifold, just standard, not 180. This is probably 140 gram vinyl, black vinyl edition. It's a 2-disc set, and it's 3-sided, and side 4 is etched. So let me show you that here to show you the etched side. If it'll show up here, it's kind of midday here. So let's see if we can, you're not going to see much, but there's a Kreator logo there with kind of a symbol in the middle, kind of like an X type of deal. It's not the album cover. You have to take my word for it because it's a little reflective right now. But that trifold is actually pretty cool, and it does fit in a, if you do sleeve your records, it fits fine in the ones that you don't reseal and the ones that you do reseal, the double or the gatefold versions. Okay, came with 2 inserts, song titles here. Yeah, honestly, any one of these songs could have been a single as far as I'm concerned. There's some on here definitely be designed to play live with the crowd, Conquer and Destroy, Strongest of the Strong, Become Immortal, kind of a reflective song on their career. Typical political stuff in here too, Dying Planet, Demonic Future. What else we got here? Killer of Jesus, Crush the Tyrants. So here's the second inner on that one. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. I also picked up the CD. I know I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I was going to get rid of some stuff that I've doubled up on. There are some bands that I'll double up. I'll buy cassettes. I'll buy whatever they put out, and that won't end. So, and this is one of those bands. So I picked up the CD. This is the jewel case version. So just nothing extra on here, but the booklet is super thick. If you're wondering. Got some pictures. There's Millie, Ventor, the drummer. So brand new bass player on this album. Took over. This is Frederick Leclerc, if I'm pronouncing that right. Took over for Christian Geisler in 2019. There's Sammy. Great solos on this by Sammy. I have to say that he is. I love the since Violent Revolution came along and Sammy joined the band, I think the solos are awesome. There's a picture of kind of the Kreator mascot there. Anyways, there's the CD version. Oh geez, 8 minutes already and I didn't show much, but thanks for hanging in there. Coming up next here, I got another new release. This one I just been listening to it a little bit prior to getting it. This is the brand new album from the Michael Schenker group called Universal, released here on Atomic Fire Records. So now maybe somebody in the comments can tell me, I believe or heard, I'm not definite on this, but I think Nuclear Blast Europe has been sold, and I think Atomic Fire, very similar name, Nuclear, Atomic, Fire, Blast. So it makes sense to me, and some of these bands used to be on Nuclear Blast. Like, for example, on Michael Schenker's last year's album called Immortal, it was on Nuclear Blast. Now he's over on Atomic Fire. I know there's actually, the one thing I spotted the other day is there is a pre-order coming up for, we all know the new Halloween album that just came out last year, year before, 2020. It's actually up for pre-order on Atomic Fire. So again, another band that used to be on Nuclear Blast. So I think it's a switchover or rebranding type of deal probably. So anyways, here is that album I'm talking about. This is very similar to last year's Immortal. What's it called? Yeah, I was gonna say this is called Universal. So you got like a flying V, half of a flying V spaceship style with Michael sitting in there. Looks like he's just left a planet from Star Wars or something like that. Probably wouldn't hurt to get him in that new show, that Obi-Wan Kenobi. I actually, I don't think you could make that show any worse, but maybe he could make it better. But here you go. Here's the track listing on the back. So very similar to, like I said, last year's Immortal. This one features Ronnie Romero on the majority of the vocals. So let's cover that off right now. Here is this is the inner sleeve lyrics. Here's the band. We have Ronnie Romero here. A couple guys that were in the band. What's his name? Bodo Schaff. He was on drums. He was on the drums on a few tracks on Immortal also. Steve Mann. Don't know all those guys, but so here is just kind of your main band. But there's a couple cool tracks on here that feature guys that I really, really love. And one of them is track 4. It's called A King Has Gone. And it has Michael Kiske on vocals from Halloween and other projects. But man, he does a good job on that song. Side B, track 1, Wrecking Ball. Ralph Sheepers was on vocals, which Ralph was on a couple tracks on Immortal. So definitely check those 2 tracks out. Other than that, there is one track with Gary Barden called The Universe. It's probably, honestly, it's the weakest track. Not the vocals. I don't know. It's just actually just the weakest track. But check out the track. And Ronnie does a good job on here. Check out the the second track called Under Attack. It's got a great riff in there, just like a chord progression type of thing. Yeah, typical Michael Schenker. I don't think there's anything brand new here as far as, but it's good though. It's just right there in that Schenker wheelhouse. And this one is, so Atomic Fire looks like they're going with yellow hype stickers throughout. I have 2 of their releases now. So this one is limited to 2,000 copies. Is that one right? Yeah, 2,000 copies, clear black marble. So let me hold this one up and see if the light will come through here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can definitely see this. Once I take it out of the light, it looks almost just, straight black, but there's the center rings. But if you like the last album, you're going to like this one. I don't have much for the in-between Schenker era. I love the first probably 4 albums and a couple live albums. Other than that, I lost track and kind of just picked up again here on the last album. So 2 albums in 2 years. Guy's busy. Good length album. I think it's only like 42, 44 minutes type of thing. So continuing on Atomic Fire stuff, I picked this one up on, actually a friend picked it up for me because I got kind of storm stayed on the first record store day there in April, but a friend picked this up for me and I just, e-transfer money type of thing. These days it's easy to send money this way and that way type of deal. But this is Udo Dirkschneider's, I don't technically first solo album really, because this isn't, obviously it's not Accept and it's not UDO, but this is an album full of cover songs. First over on Atomic Fire Records, celebrating his 70th birthday kind of too. So also cool that he hooked up again with, Peter Baltes and Stefan Kaufman from Accept. His son Swen is on here on drums, and who else we got here? We'll have to see who else is on lead guitar too. But I mean, Stefan Kaufman spent years, obviously, with Udo and Accept, and then a pile of albums with UDO, and was in the band himself for probably 10 albums. So that is that. And cover songs like, okay, I should name a few at least. Where do we go? Man on the Silver Mountain. We got Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin. The Stroke, the Billy Squier song. Really enjoyed that one. Hellbent for Leather, We Will Rock You, kind of a different version of Queen's We Will Rock You, and even finishes up with a Frank Sinatra song called My Way. So if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you know I'm a huge Accept fan, UDO, Udo Dirkschneider, and this included this signed card, which I'm going to get a frame for because I just love this guy. He's up there with the Rob Halfords for me. You know, as far as, you know, metal idols, you know, just guys that scream metal. And Halford and Udo Dirkschneider definitely, these guys are going to be on stage till the very end type of deal. But it's, you know, a postcard type of thickness, very cool. Happy to have that. So this is here's the hype sticker. It's kind of a record store day first, I guess, for this version with the postcard and things like that, but it's available anywhere now on like I said, Atomic Fire Records. And let me just show you, it's 2 discs. I'll just show you one and the couple inners here. This one just credits and then the songs. Actually, yeah, definitely. Oh, actually, I just spotted this too. Yeah, there's a version of AC/DC's TNT on here. Really cool too. No Class by Motorhead. And here is the second Inner Slave, couple pictures of Udo himself. And then the vinyl was, what is this one? Black, white, blue marble. The blue is very minimal, but you can see if you flex a blue, probably won't really, you won't see it good on here, but it's definitely there. But sounds great. So far, I'm really impressed with the 2 things I have from Atomic Fire. All right, next up, let's go with, and keeping in line with Udo, Dirkschneider, and UDO, this is one that I waited a long time for. I've had it for a while. I just forgot to show it or something. But initially, the CD came out last year, and then the vinyl was delayed till early this year, but I got myself a copy of the latest UDO album called Game Over. To me, I get the cover, but it's not a great cover in my opinion. But it's not, again, not terrible. But I totally get it. You know, speaking of Udo Dirkschneider, and like I said, he is sometimes the guy just screams metal, and that's kind of one of those. I don't know if you would call it so bad it's good cover, but it's definitely just okay. Here's the back cover. So if you're not familiar with, I'm sure if you know Udo Dirkschneider, you know the band UDO. What is this, like their, I should have actually wrote that down, probably their 16th, 17th studio album maybe. I've done a ranking on that, and that's one of the bands that I will have to do a re-ranking. So this is their first album to feature new bass player Tillin Hudrap and their new guitar player D Dammers. And there's Udo's son Swan and Andre on guitar. He's been with them for a while too. Check out a long album, a lot of songs. This is right around the hour mark. So there is 16 tracks. I think they're all, you know, they're all just kind of right in that UDO wheelhouse, but maybe they could have trimmed off a couple. But check out a few of my favorites. Prophecy, that one has actually almost like a bit of a Restless and Wild feel to it. And yes, you will get those comparisons, obviously, because Udo was the voice of Accept for years. What else? Check out Holy Invaders, Metal Never Dies. Corny as hell, but I'll say it again. I love it. Kids and Guns kind of has an AC/DC vibe. Pretty cool. Marching Tank, Thunder Road, another good one. Speed Seeker. If you like this stuff, you're gonna like this album. It's not groundbreaking UDO. It's just good, solid metal. And this one comes with a kind of a booklet style, just a one-pager, all the lyrics, credits. AFM Records, one of my favorite labels, to be honest. They're quality as far as I'm concerned. And this one is on they call it a bone-colored vinyl, so it has a bit of a, well, it's more like just clear, but it's got a tinge of, whitish or yellowish. But this one is called Bone. So two vinyl sets. So if you're wondering what the bone color looks like, here it is. So there's that. And let's get on to, I got a couple more music on vinyl reissues here. The first one is one I've been waiting for a long time. I did feature them in an album ranking. They only have 4 studio albums, so it was kind of a fun ranking to do because you could talk a little bit more. But this is a 1991 release from Heathen. I did show this in the ranking, but we're going to talk a little bit about this. This is limited edition, 1,500 copies on translucent yellow colored vinyl. So this is a 2 LP edition. I don't have an original of this, but from what I've heard, it only comes on 1 disc, and this one sounds, I talked to a friend that owns both, and he said this one sounds way better. But there's one major fuck up on this album, and I discovered it right away, and I reached out to a couple more, actually 3 more friends, and asked them, is this the same? Did this happen to you? And honestly, I think a couple of them didn't even notice right away, but I'm not going to say I'm observant, but I'm so quirky sometimes. But when you listen to an album and this feeling, you know exactly what's coming next. You know what to expect. Oh, that song's next. And when I flip this on, what they've done here is, this is not a gatefold, by the way, but it's 2 discs. So what happened is they have the B-side, which is right here, is actually on the C side. And what did I say? I'm going to get mixed up here. So the B side is actually on the C side, and the C side is actually on the B side. So when I flip, side 1 plays fine. You got the 2 tracks on there, Hypnotize and Ope to the Masses. And then I flip this over, expecting to hear Fear of the Unknown, and then the actual C side came on in its place, the Heathen song and Kill the King. So a little annoying, to be honest with you, because now you have to, if you want to listen to it in actual order that it is supposed to be, you'll have to play A side, get up, flip switch the record, play the actual B side, which is on the fucking C side, and then you got to go back. So you get what I'm saying. So I actually emailed MOV, Music on Vinyl, and I got a response back that says, if you're not happy with it, return it to who you bought it from. Okay, well that's not much of a help. Thanks very much for that. But I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna stick it out. Like I said, kind of a major screw up as far as I'm concerned. Because sound wise, it's great. So I'll just keep it for what it is. But if you don't know Heathen, this is check out my little ranking video if you want. But this is a 1991 Thrasher piece. Lee Altus from the band Exodus, and solid thrash for sure. Kind of overlooked, like I mentioned in another video. Not you would say third tier third tier thrash, but not third rate by any means. So here's the inner that came with it. You know, I haven't had really many bad experiences from MOV, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that response was a little brutal. You know, send out a coupon or something, you know, 20% off your next purchase, something to just acknowledge that you fucked up, you know, own up for it. So also I ordered this one. This is one of those bands that might end up in an episode of bands that I didn't know about, you know, until you told me about them. But I picked up Xorder's second album called The Law. This is also an MOV release. The first one came out probably about a year ago. Yeah, it did come out in 2021. Slaughter in the Vatican, great album. This one is, in my opinion, good, but not as good, if that makes any sense, which it should. Limited to 1,500 copies. So if you're familiar with MOV, what they do is they'll come out with this limited edition first on some sort of colored vinyl, and then you'll probably see 2 months later a pre-order for the black version. But I usually, if I want it, they're usually priced the same anyway, so I'll just go for it. This one is on just a basic gray with the Roadrunner logo, and you will always, not always, but gray is one of the more popular MOV colors they come out with, and red. Definitely those are the two that they use the most. Whoops, and I just dropped a little sticker here. Did I show you the back cover? So there's Xorder. These are, to me, they're two main albums. I have never checked out their, 2019 comeback album, More Than the Southern Skies. I don't own it. I haven't even heard it. I might have heard one song. Let me know in the comments, is that something that I even really need, or am I fine with just these two? Here is the inner band shot. So yeah, sounds great. I usually don't have any problems with anything MOV. And lastly, today I got a couple reissues of a German band that I always, you always hear people talking about the German Big Four, but I kind of got a German Big Six as far as thrash goes, and I always include Accuser and this band, Accuser. So I picked up the two reissues from Brutal Planet Records, from what's it called? I forget where I got these. What's it called? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I know Scott Waters is involved in these. He did the layouts. Superb job. This is their 1994 album, Reflections. So this one would be, did I write that down? This is their fifth album. So smack dab in 1994. So you got definitely have some of that, I don't know, the vocals on this one, even though it's the same vocalist as always. And I know this isn't a real word, but they're shouty. They're very, mid-90s. And the weird thing is, this is a combination of a thrash legend as a producer. Alex Perales is the actual producer on this. So it's, in that aspect, you know what, I think that helps it. It's not my favorite Accuser album by any means. I'm going to show you another one here very shortly that is better than this. There's a shot of the band. And what else we got in here? We got a nice inner sleeve. So yeah, we still have Frank Toms on vocals and rhythm guitar. Longtime guitar player Renee Schutz is on here. But yeah, this one, where's it? Produced by Alex Perales. So you know Alex from tons of 80s thrash, early 90s thrash. And good job on these reissues. They came in a anti-static sleeve, nice touch. And the vinyl plays excellent. No warpage, nothing. Here's the the center ring on that one. Same on both sides. So when I saw these come up, I pre-ordered them right away, and they were just very quick shipping. So where's the hype sticker for that one? Here we go. There's the hype sticker. So that's the first time on vinyl. So good to have that one. Anything Accuser, especially, you know, their early work, they're probably their first 4 albums are well worth checking out. And their past 3 albums, I'm a big fan of them. Like I said, I hold them right up in there. You know, they're not quite the creators of the world for me, but they're, you know, they're close. Good, solid German thrash. So here's my favorite of the 2 reissues. This is Dependent Domination. Very cool cover. So this is the second of the reissues. And we got they kind of reversed the colors for these hype stickers. So that's cool too. So here's that one. First time on vinyl too. Brutal Planet Records. And I wish I can remember that company that I ordered these from, but somebody in the comments might be able to help me out there. But yeah, this one is right in the lines of what they're putting out now. It's heavy, relentless throughout, just nonstop. You could check out any track on here. Torn to Pieces, Escape from the Oath, Mastering Punishment. You know, with titles like that, you know what you're getting. Produced by Martin Buckwalter and Accuser, so I'm not that familiar with him. But so this is their 2011 release. Sorry about that. And their 8th overall studio album. These guys only have 12 studio albums, but most of them that I own so far, definitely worth checking out for sure. If you're not familiar with Accuser, yeah, they definitely need to be in that German thrash conversation for sure. Yeah, and great job on the jackets. There's no pixelation, nothing, just really nice. And there we go. There's the lyrics on one side, and then we got a band shot on this one, on this side. So looking forward to picking up more Accuser. I hope these guys from Brutal Planet Records do pick up some or reissue some more on vinyl. And I think they have other stuff out too, like cassettes and CDs, and I don't know what it's called, the Gold series or something like that, but do check it out. And there is the A side. B side is the same. So lengthy update there. Sorry to take up so much of your time, but that's just kind of what I've been picking up lately. I still have other things that I, on the way type of thing. And if you are interested, tune back in to see. Like I said, I probably got about 50, 55 CDs that I'm going to, sell off from the collection. And I'll probably do another one of those probably after summer. There's other stuff that like I said, it's not all bad, but some of it I have picked up on vinyl. I just don't need both. It's going to come down to having room for things, time to listen to things properly, and, make room for some new things too, because I mean, that won't stop either. So, next year at this time, I might be selling off something I bought yesterday. I don't know. So hope you enjoyed this one. And until next time, stay heavy.